For this project, we are going to be creating this beautiful eagle paper cut project, and it is based off of the fact that it's a drawing, but it looks like paper stacked on top of each other. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to go into the Procreate program, and you'll want to click on the plus sign and choose screen size. That's at the very top. We're going to take two fingers and kind of pinch them on the canvas to make it a little bit smaller so that we can see around all of the edges. Then you're going to choose a color. Now, whatever color you choose, you're going to use versions of that color. So dark purple, light purple, medium purple, and this is how you change the different shades or value of the color, and then this is changing the actual color itself. So I'm choosing purple, and I'm going to go with a darker purple first. My brush is going to be the monoline brush, which can be found in calligraphy. So calligraphy and then monoline. We're going to draw a circle, and it doesn't have to be a perfect circle because we're going to turn it into a perfect circle. But the most important thing is not to lift up the pencil until the process is complete. So I put my pencil down and I draw a circle, and look, it's not a perfect circle, and I join it together. I'm holding the pencil down, I'm not picking it up. You saw it adjust, and now I'm going to take a finger with the hand that is not holding the pencil and hold that finger down on the screen, and that's going to make the circle larger. My pencil is still down on the screen, and I can make, as I drag my pencil back and forth, I can make my circle as large as I want. I'm going to lift my pencil now, but keep my finger down, and then lift my finger up. Up at the top, I'm going to go to the color wheel, and I'm going to drag that color down to the screen and let it fill in. I'm going to go up to the arrow here at the top, and tapping on the outside of this rectangular box. You don't want to touch inside the box or the rectangular box itself, but tapping on the outside with my stylus, I am moving this into the center. And the way that you know that it's in the center is you see these golden lines here. To access that, you go down to snapping down here at the left, and you turn on snapping. And then that will give you your lines so that you can center things. Now go back up to the arrow at the top, tap it. Now this is your first layer. Now we're going to go back up to the layers. We're going to click the plus sign, and we're going to choose white. Now you can come in here and you can double tap here to choose white, or you can just hold your finger down on the paper and you'll see this little color picker that you see there. That will change it to pure white as well. Now I'm going to take my brush, and it's still at monoline, and I'm going to make sure that it's at about 40%. And I'm going to start drawing clouds on the outside of the circle. Now I'm going to do it first. I'm just going to choose red so that you can see how it looks. So I'm going to start on the outside, and I'm going to draw clouds coming down. Random clouds. And I'm going to go all the way around and reconnect that. Okay? Now I've done it in red so that you can see it, so that when you pull the color down, it's going to fill it in. But look, it's all on the outside of that purple circle. So what you do is you go up to that layer, the red layer, you tap on it, and you choose clipping mask, and then that takes it away from the outside, and now you have a nice clean layer on the outside. So I want my clouds to be white, so I'm going to choose white and then drag down. Now I'm going to go and add another layer. And so what's going to happen now is that layer is going to be on top of the white. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to do it differently. You're going to come down to layer 1, and you're going to add a layer, and as you can see, it has that little down arrow there saying that it's clipped to that purple circle. And now I'm going to choose my purple, by holding my finger down onto the purple circle and color picking. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to choose a different color purple by just dragging up. I'm going to come in and I'm going to draw some more clouds. And I'm going to go all the way around like I did before and touch there. So let me turn off the clipping mask so you can see that. So if I were to pull this up here, you see how I've gone all the way around? Okay, so you want to go all the way around and match it up. I'm going to turn that clipping mask back on. And then I'm going to color drop. I'm going to come to my layers again, go back to the first layer, add a layer again. This time I'm going to color pick here, and I'm going to adjust my color to something a little lighter maybe. And this time I'm going to start on the left side. Okay, so to me that's probably not light enough, so I'm going to take two fingers and tap the screen to undo, or I can undo and redo with the arrows here on the left here. I'm going to go up a little lighter and now come in and swing all the way back around and join back over here. And to show you what that looks like, you can see the whole thing's going around here, and I'm going to color drop. So once again, I'm going to turn off the clipping mask, let you see what it looks like. It's actually coming on the outside here, but with the clipping mask turned on, it stays within that circle there. And then I've got to turn these clipping masks back on. Okay, make sure they're all clipped. Okay, I'm going to do one more cloud, and it's going to be on the left side again. So I'm going to come down to layer 1, add, clipping mask is automatically turned on. You see that arrow there on the left. I'm going to go back to my color picker, and I'm going to choose an even lighter color. I'm going to come down and I'm going to draw and then circle all the way back around and color drop. I may do just one more, so come down here, plus sign, choose an even lighter cloud, and then draw that coming up a little higher, and then swing back around to close it, and then color drop it. There we go. So the next step is we're going to make copies of each one of these clouds so that we can make them look like put little white edges on them. So what we do is we come to the layer. So we're going to start with this very first layer here. We're going to swipe to the left, duplicate. We're going to go down to the layer below, and we're going to choose white, and we're going to tap on that layer and fill the layer. I forgot to do something, so I'm going to do two fingers to undo. I forgot to alpha lock it. So the way you alpha lock it is you take two fingers and you swipe to the right, and then you see a checkerboard in the background. So now once I have that done, I can fill the layer with white, and then I'm going to go up to the arrow up here at the top, and then tapping on the outside of this rectangular box, I'm going to tap right above it 4 times. Okay, and you can see that little white highlight. Now I'm going to go up to the next color, tap it, swipe to the left, duplicate, go down to the first one, take 2 fingers and turn on alpha lock, tap, fill layer. And now I'm going to go up to the arrow and I'm going to tap above the rectangular box 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to layer 4, swipe to the left, duplicate, go down to the bottom one, take 2 fingers and swipe to the right to turn on alpha lock, tap the layer, fill the layer, choose the arrow, and tap 4 times above the rectangular box. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the process again. We're going to go up to the next layer. We're going to swipe to the left, duplicate, go to the bottom one, 2 fingers swipe to the right to turn on alpha lock, tap the layer, fill the layer, choose the arrow, and tap 4 times above. 2, 3, 4. Very nice. Now the next step is going to be adding shading. So I'm going to tap the arrow at the top here. I'm going to go to, we're going to start with this layer right here. So we're going to start there. And we're going to turn alpha lock on that one by swiping with 2 fingers to the right. What this is going to do is it prevents the color from spreading and going into another place. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold our finger down on the color of that particular cloud to color pick it. We're going to tap on the color and we're going to go down darker. Then we're going to change our brush. We're going to change our brush. We're going to go down to materials and we're going to choose noise. And then tap back on the screen. And so what we're going to do is we're going to color along the white cloud, the top of the white cloud at the bottom here. And so I'm going to scroll in by spreading my fingers here, and I'm going to slowly go in here. Now it looks like that's a little too big, so we're going to go down to, let's say, 20%. Let's try that. And then I am coloring along the white cloud and adding this nice shadow effect. And I'm adjusting the screen by using 2 fingers and sliding. Okay, and then I'm going to go up just a little bit right there. And I'm going to go up right here on this side. Okay, then squeeze my fingers together and pull the screen back out. So now I'm going to go to the left to that first little pink cloud. So I'm going to go to it, so it's the next one down here. On my screen it's layer 4. I'm going to tap that. 2 fingers to the right to turn on alpha lock. Color pick by holding down on the color. I'm going to go down a little darker. And I don't need to worry about the brush. It should be the same thing. It should be noise. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go along the side and along the white cloud. So here's the white cloud. So I'm going down here. I'm going to go along the side of that purple cloud to create the shadow here. And then I'm going to go along the edge. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to my next color, which is on my screen, it is layer 5. 2 finger swipe to the right to turn on alpha lock. Color pick the color. Go to the color wheel and darken it a little bit. Come in. And I'm going to go along the dark purple here on the side. And then I'm going to go along the purple or the dark pink down at the bottom. And then along the side. You should be able to see that now it's starting to look like paper stacked on top of each other. The next step is I'm going to go down to my next color, which is layer 6 on my screen. 2 fingers swipe to the right to turn on alpha lock. And you know alpha lock is on because it's a checkerboard in the background. I'm going to color pick the lightest pink I have here. Go up to my color wheel, and I'm going to move it down to the right a little bit to make it a little darker. And then for this one, I'm going to go right along the top of that medium color pink, right at the bottom here. And I'm going to go along the side here. So the last bit of shading you need to do is going to be in the background itself. So we're going to go down to layer 1, which is the very first layer. We're going to swipe to the right to turn on alpha lock. We're going to color pick and then go and choose a darker color. And then we're going to go around the edge to create a shadow effect around the edge. And I'm not too keen on that one, so I'm going to make my brush a little larger and then lightly go around. Yeah, I like that look better. So now what we're going to do is we are going to create the stars. So we're going to come all the way up to the top here, and we're going to add a layer, and we're going to change our brush, and we're going to go down to luminance, right there, luminance, and we're going to change it to a light pen. And so here, what you're going to do is tap the screen with holding your pencil straight up. You go and tap the screen. Now, as you can see, I have purple chosen. I don't want purple, so I'm going to choose white. So color pick the white. And then the harder you press, the larger you press, the smaller, as you can see here. So you want to do random ones. And let's see, I don't like that one. So we have to go directly. And don't forget, we need to add a flare. So if we go back now to the brushes, we're going to add a flare. And you can place the flare anywhere you want. I like to tap and then double tap. And you see how big mine is? That is. If you want it to be smaller, you adjust over here to the left. And you can put a couple of flares if you want. And the last step is adding the eagle. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to tap our white layer right here. Let's see, we're going to go down to, I want to say, layer 6, and we're going to add a layer on top of that. Well, no, let's just leave it layer 6, and we're going to insert a picture. Now we need to add the eagle. So you're going to go to the wrench here, add, and you're going to say insert a file, and if you see this window here, you're going to choose on my iPad. You choose that, and you're going to go to digital class, and you should see the eagle picture there. It will be there by the time this video is completed. I need to go and get it from my photos, so I'm going to go to add, insert a photo, and I need to find the eagle. There it is. And so what you want to do is you want to adjust it by touching the corners here. And remember to touch outside the box to move it. So as you can see, it's behind this, so it's on the wrong layer. So what we want to do is we want to bring it all the way in front. So we're going to touch the eagle layer, and we're going to drag it all the way above the stars. Touch the arrow, and then we're going to bring the eagle down. And you can adjust it to however you want to set it. And we're going to go to that layer here, and we're going to touch the end, and we're going to make it kind of see-through so that we can see how it's sitting on the cloud there, and we're going to turn it to, I guess, about 50%. And then we're going to add a layer, and we're going to actually draw this. So we're going to scroll it up really, really big, and we're going to make sure that we're in calligraphy. So go back to calligraphy, monoline. Make sure you've chosen white. If you don't have white, just hold your finger here. And you can adjust the pencil size here. So what I would do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to draw or outline the eagle to the best of your ability. I think I have my pencil set at 5%. And we're just outlining the shape of the eagle. Oops, kind of messed that one up there. We want to make sure that all of our lines touch. It's really important that the lines touch, because when you go to color drop this, which means drop that color in, if you have any broken lines in your drawing, it's going to flood the whole page. Alright, I'm almost done with this. Continue down, drawing his claws. And making sure those lines touch. And then I'm going to color drop. So as you can see, some of it did not fill in, so just go ahead with your stylus and kind of fill that in there. Any spots you see that need to be filled in, go ahead and fill those in. And then go back to the layers. And so if you turn off the image that you imported, you can see what you have here going on. And so we're going to get rid of that layer. So we're going to swipe to the left and get rid of the picture that we inserted. Get rid of that. and then we're going to swipe to the left, and we are going to duplicate this eagle. Going to go down to the bottom eagle here, and you're going to choose the background color of your sky. You're going to alpha lock it by dragging 2 fingers across it. Tap the layer, and we're going to fill the layer, and then we're going to choose the arrow, and we're going to take our stylus and put it on the outside of that rectangular box, and you're going to drag the layer, the shadow layer, you can go up with it, you can go down with it if you like, and then once you have the layer the way you like it, you're going to tap on the arrow. And there you go. You have created this beautiful eagle paper cut piece. Now let's go ahead and save it to the Google Drive for safekeeping. You're going to save it as a PNG and as a JPEG. So I would do both, JPEG and PNG.